the numbers as such for all of these for India separately as a country. But in all of these, you will see that we are growing very, very rapidly and pretty fast. And similarly, the industries that we are covering, of course, Fins is by far the largest of our industries, and that is true for most, IT firms. Fins is always by far the largest because they are really very mature digitally as compared to many other industries. But we also have a pretty large footprint in technology, that is in IT, ITES companies, manufacturing, auto and energy, retail and consumer goods, communications and media, education, and the last but not least, something that we are coming up in pretty rapidly is health and life sciences. So in all of these areas, actually, we've been doing a lot of business. So basically, if you look at the way that we are spread across various communities, across various industries, across various solutions that we provide, these are basically the areas where we do our major work. Now, very recently we had what we call World Tour Essentials. It's the name of a marketing event that we have, where we bring together our customers, prospects, our trailblazers, that is people who develop on the Salesforce platform, and we bring together our partners, all of them together, in order to showcase to them what are the new things that we are doing in India and what is the roadmap going forward. Now, this is one of the new things that we are doing in India. Mostly Salesforce has been developing solutions for the global market. They very rarely develop a solution with a particular market in focus. This is the first time that they have developed a digital lending cloud for the market in India, because India is a country that has a different kind, it's in a different kind of an evolution cycle. As you are aware, the government has put together a India digital stack, okay? And the India digital stack, the basis of it is the Aadhaar, which is the Unique Identification Authority of India, and the other large part of it is the UPI, which is the Universal Payment Interface. Now, with the help of these, what it is doing is that it is very rapidly formalizing the informal economy. So if you look at your pav bhaji vendor at the corner of your road, that pav bhaji vendor at one point of time could not get a loan either from an NBFC or from a bank because it could not establish what its income was in any manner that would be acceptable to these organizations. So when this person needed a loan, and they would need a loan, they would go to a money lender who would charge them huge amount of interest. I know of money lenders that even charge as much as 10 rupees per 100 rupees per day. Okay, that's the kind of interest that they would be paying. Now today, on account of the fact that they have the Aadhaar number, they are able to open bank accounts. The moment they open their bank accounts and they can get a QR code which doesn't cost them anything, they are then able to ask people not to pay in cash but to pay through their PayU or GPay or whatever else that they have on their phone. The moment they do that, the money actually, instead of cash, goes and sits in their bank account. Okay? And the moment it enters the bank account, it creates for them a cash flow which is then believable by the lenders that are, that are organized lenders, not the unorganized ones. Organized lenders, the big advantage is they give you money at 1/100th of the cost that you get out in the market. So the amount that you may be paying these lenders could be anything between 10% or 11% per annum, not per day as you were doing earlier. So that makes a huge difference, in the sense that these people then become bankable and therefore they are able to take small loans. And that is why we are seeing this huge explosion of people who are called new to bank. New to bank customers, there is a huge explosion, and they're all there wanting to take loans. And these loans will have to be small value loans, which again, it's very difficult if you don't have a digital tool for doing it. It's very difficult to do it manually because it's way too costly. The digital tool, what it does is, it does the underwriting for these loans. creates a risk profile for that particular person, makes it possible to price the loan correctly and then disburse the loan. Also what it does is, for small lenders, paying a price per user per month, they would need to make a big commitment. Here, the pricing model is different and it can be priced on the basis of usage. So in respect of Salesforce, we normally have what is called a license-wise pricing. How many of your people are using this license? And we will price it accordingly. Now that means a particular commitment for a period of time. Whether that person uses it or not, you still have to pay the license fee. But here what happens is, depending upon the number of loans that are coming, you have a small charge, which can actually be passed on to the consumer party as well. So to that extent, even small lenders are able to use this. So basically, this particular product was created. The pricing of the product, the focus of the product was India. And why we are mentioning it is because this is an India-focused, India-centric product, and this is not something that Salesforce had done earlier for any other country. The other thing that we have recently done, and this was also one of the things we announced in our World Tour Essentials, is that we have now also set up a separate vertical for looking at the government business. As you know, the government in any country is the largest buyer of goods and services. But here in India, the government has been very focused on digitizing all of their services in order to improve not only the service that they give to its citizens, but also to prevent leakage of their various subsidies and better targeting, so as to ensure that the rupee really goes the mine, that there is not lost between when it leaves the government coffers and then ultimately reaches the beneficiary. So towards that end, there is a lot that the government is working on, and till date we have not really entered into that area. Of course, this does not mean that we will only be looking at the government. The central government is definitely there, but so are the state governments, so are the local governments, the municipal governments, plus it also includes the area of the public sector units. So we are looking at all of these areas, and we have set up a special vertical because this particular area needs an expertise to deal with them, because they have very extensive RFPs, the process is very long, and you need to be able to negotiate all the compliances, etc., that are required for them. And that's why we have created a separate vertical for this, and we intend to really and truly get into this business, which we have not been doing earlier. So that's basically the India story as of now. In India, we are here, as I said, from 2015, really got going in 2020. Today, we are having a pretty good growth. We are the fastest growing country as far as manpower and revenue is concerned in respect of all of the countries where Salesforce is. Pune amongst that is one very large area of interest for us. That's the reason we are here today. That's the reason we are meeting up with you all. And so, in that context, if there is any question that I can answer you in respect of what we are doing in Pune, what are our plans, or any other question that you may have about Salesforce, you're welcome to ask, and I'll be very glad to answer them. Thank you.
Would you consider a center of excellence in Pune since we have such a large ecosystem?
See, we have a center of excellence already in Hyderabad. So even though we don't have a center of excellence over here, we do have a large outfit that does what we call professional services or implementation of Salesforce projects in various places. So that is already there in Pune. We don't think we will designate it as a center of excellence, but that will not stop us from improving our numbers here in Pune and also putting in various other groups, all right? And frankly speaking, if you look at it, the more we are evolving into AI, etc., the more we are recruiting actually. We are having to recruit that kind of talent as well, right? So at this point of time, I do not see any replacements happening or any comparisons happening between the cost of AI and the cost of a human being. At this point of time, they are mutually not exclusive, but they are helpers of one another.
Out of these employees, they are like educated graduates or like skilled, or you are also helping them to get skilled for the same jobs?
So, most of the people that we employ are engineers, all right? But just being engineers is not enough. You've got to skill them constantly. So we have a skilling platform called Trailhead, which is available to everybody, free of charge, up to a particular level. Only when you get up to a pretty senior level, you then need to pay for it. Otherwise, any people at all, they can get certified on Salesforce skills through the Trailhead platform. Now, the Trailhead is also used internally by us employees. So whenever something new comes in, so like AI, Gen AI, anything else that comes in, modules come on in that particular platform, and we are told that these are the modules you should complete. Okay, so we have our courses also allocated to us, and so as to ensure that we are up to date with the skills that are required in order to take care of the customers and to be able to sell to our customers, implement with our customers. So we use it, but we also highly encourage people in the public at large to go on Trailhead, check it out, and if necessary, take the courses. We are also connected with a very large number, almost 2,900 colleges where we provide the Trailhead. Many of the courses here, by the way, are also certified by the National Occupations Board. So to that extent, you can actually earn credits if you're doing an engineering course by doing some of these courses. Okay, we also have arrangements with 3 state governments, not Maharashtra, but 3 of the other state governments, where they give this as a compulsory subject in their engineering courses, so that the people coming from there already have some amount of Salesforce technology knowledge. We've also done an MOU with AICT to deliver 250,000 interns, of which I think we've already done more than 60,000 internships we have already given. So this is to be delivered over a period of 4 years. So we also expect that people who are just about finishing their courses, they would opt for these internships, so that again when they actually come into industry, they hit the ground running.
And one more question, ma'am. So what number of clients do you have from India as well as from like international? So you're completely catering for Indian clients, or you have international clients too?
No, we have a lot of international clients, Like the numbers, etc., I think, our communications department can give it to you. But we have a lot of international clients. Frankly, we were 25 years old. We started in India only a few years back. Okay, so obviously the number of our international clients are far more than the number of our clients in India. And even though we started in 2015, we really undertook proper sales, started setting up sales only about 7 years back. So, even when I came in, as I said, the number of our salespeople could be packed into one Indigo flight. Now, you can imagine with such few people, you can't really do a lot of sales in India. It's only now we are beginning to look at increasing the number of teams and thereby increasing.
Can you quantify like what percentage of sales is international as well as like what is Indian?
So as I said, we don't break out the numbers. Normally the numbers are done for the entire APAC region. I can only tell you that we are the fastest growing OU. OU meaning we call them operating units. We are the fastest growing country. But we don't break out the numbers.
How much do you end FY24 at?
Pardon?
FY24?
Yeah.
Total revenues in India?
So, FY24 actually I don't think our papers have been filed with the ROCS yet. They are not there with the ROCS.
So 35% growth over previous year?
We'll have to see. As I said, those are the last year's numbers, okay? And the thing is, we will have to see as the numbers are filed. But before they are filed, I have no way of commenting on that.
And what about top clients? You mentioned your top 3 clients you have in Pune.
So we have a number of clients. Names and numbers are things that, you'll have to get my communications department to exactly give you the details. Because they also have to be referenceable clients. See, sometimes clients don't want to be referred. They want to keep it, they do not want it to be used in certain ways. So we have to seek the client's consent before we reveal that. Okay. Yeah.
Two questions. One on the government vertical. Means which departments or which government services are you targeting initially? In terms of which are the low-hanging fruits. And second is on the account aggregator. Means how is that progressing vis-a-vis means your offerings and the fintech, the integration of account aggregation?
Yeah, so integration of account aggregator is available. At this point of time, the account aggregator is a very simple way to get the entire financial information and to do underwriting. As I said, underwriting is also something that we do. We are very big in the loan origination space and therefore, in the underwriting space. So that particular integration is something that will be available when we are talking about the digital lending cloud. It will be available out of the box over there. So that's really not a problem. At this point of time, we do a custom integration because account aggregator, the entire concept is a little foreign to the global community. They don't have anything of that sort. As for which departments we are aiming at, it's not that, the low-hanging fruits are actually not so much the departments. The low-hanging fruits are the people who are in business, which are the PSUs. So there are a very large number of PSUs that have requirements for digital transformation and a very quick digital transformation. Because every day you are seeing newer and newer products coming up, technology evolving at a very fast pace. And to that extent, many of these public sector units, they have not moved at the pace that they would have liked to, okay, on account of very many reasons. But that is something I think that we will try and address as quickly as possible, because that is definitely something which is the need of the hour, and probably the low-hanging fruit is there.
Any specific subsectors for PSUs you would like to highlight?
No, not necessarily. We are there in all of the subsectors. So whether it be in the area of banking, whether it be in the area of utilities, whether it be in the area of power transmission, mining, you name it. We have solutions for all of these industries.
Ma'am, as you said, Pune.
Just one follow-up question. You mentioned that you are partners for integration of your